So I've had the complete Chase Trifecta for just a little over a year now, and while it's not the most conventional Trifecta that consists of the Chase Freedom Unlimited, Chase Freedom Flex, and one of the Chase Sapphire cards, it's pretty much the same thing, and in today's video I'll be breaking down everything about this setup and whether or not it's worth it for you. First, we'll talk about the welcome bonus offers that I secured when I applied for all three cards, the reasoning behind why I applied for each card when I did, and then break down how many points I've earned in each category over the past year of having each card. Alright, let's begin. So the first card out of the Trifecta that I applied for was this Chase Freedom Flex. This was my very first Chase credit card I applied for, as my previous cards were from Wells Fargo and Capital One. With no prior connection or relationship with Chase, I cold applied for the Chase Freedom Flex with the welcome bonus offer at the time of 20,000 alternate reward points after spending $500 within the first 3 months of account opening, plus 5% back on gas up to $7,000 within the first year of having the card. At the time, this offer was the best welcome bonus offer we had ever seen from the Chase Freedom Flex, but more recently it's been topped by an even better offer of the same offer, but with the additional 5% back on grocery store purchases for the first year. In terms of credit score stats, I was fairly new into the credit card game, with probably only one credit card on my 524 Chase status with an average credit score of 719. Okay, let's break down how much exactly I earned just solely through the welcome bonus offer for the first year of owning the card. So based on the welcome bonus offer, right off the bat, I know that I earned at least 20,000 alternate reward points after spending $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. The next part is calculating exactly how much I spent on gas during the first year of owning the card. According to the bank statement records, which I recorded when I got the card back in April of 2022 till April of 2023, I earned an additional 6,515 points, which unfortunately wasn't that much considering I was earning 5% on gas for the entire year, but I did have a Costco super close by to where I used to live, which is probably why I never went to an actual gas station to swipe my Chase Freedom Flex. The next card I applied for was the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the main reason why I applied for this card early on was because it had an elevated welcome bonus offer of 80,000 points after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. This was also around the time I was taking one of those tech-related boot camps, which would end up costing roughly $12,000 in order to complete, which sounds ridiculous when I think about it now considering how expensive it actually was, but it did land me a pretty amazing job that allows me to travel a lot to different places in the US, so I'm not going to sit here and complain. In terms of credit score stats, at this point my 524 status was probably hovering anywhere between 3 and 4, which is still less than what is needed to be automatically rejected by Chase. And my credit score at the time on Experian was roughly a 784. Breaking down the points earned on the welcome bonus offer, because there wasn't any tiered structure like the one from the Chase Freedom Flex, I know I earned 80,000 points after paying off some of the $12,000 bill for my bootcamp. The next and final card that I got from Chase wasn't actually the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is the typical card to completing the Chase Trifecta, but rather the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, which actually right now I think has a pretty good welcome bonus offer. Because I was taking an expensive boot camp, I figured that it was more than reasonable enough to apply for the business version, because at the time it was offering an elevated 90,000 point offer after spending $6,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Because I knew that I would automatically be able to afford the spending requirement and pay it off, I decided to get this card instead of the Freedom Unlimited. For credit score stats, my 524 Chase status at the time was probably around 424, with my credit score being around 784, and I also did not apply for this card under business. I did actually use my own personal social security number instead. Breaking down the points I earned on the welcome bonus offer, because it's not tiered, I know that I earned 90,000 points after spending $6,000. So in total, for this part of the video, I spent roughly $10,500 in order to earn roughly 196,000 points. Alright, so because I kind of joined parts 1 and 2 of the video into one, with explaining my reasoning behind getting each of the cards that I have and the breakdown of the welcome bonus offers for them, we're moving on to part 3, and that's talking about exactly how much points I've earned from this setup over the past year of owning all 3 cards. So drawing from the first half of the video, I've earned 196,000 ultimate reward points solely off the welcome bonus offers alone. Alright, so now that we've gone through and broken down the points that I've earned through completing all of the welcome bonus offers, now it's time to break down how many points I've earned from general spending, referral links, and my welcome bonus offers in total. And then finally, talk about the trips that I've been on solely off of points to see if it was all worth it in the end. So for the Chase Freedom Flex, in total for the first year of having the card open, I earned a total of 92,564 points after spending $11,723.18. $6,595 of that was purely off of spending on dining alone, which helped me earn 3x pack and points in that category. And $1,300 of that was purely on gas. Another data point I wanted to add was the amount of referrals I got from creating this YouTube channel and having people apply for this card through the referral program. And from that, I earned 30,000 points alone, which if I don't talk about enough, I am extremely gracious for the people that come on and watch my videos and support this channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't been around recently, but I promise to continue to make content for y'all to enjoy. Next, for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, in total for the first year of having the card open, I earned a whopping 235,605 points after spending $6,992.35. And of that, $4,000 was spent on my tech bootcamp, $685 was spent on dining, $841 was spent on travel. Adding in the referral data points from that, I earned 145,000 points, which is just an insane number to conceptualize, as most of these points were used towards booking Hyatt hotel stays, and having the luxury to book online without worrying of these points running out has been truly a huge blessing. So again, thank you so much for always supporting this channel. And finally, for the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, in total for the first year of opening the card, I earned a whopping 158,413 points after spending $17,894.19. And of that, $8,000 was spent on my tech bootcamp. Adding in the referral data point, from that I got a single referral worth 40,000 points in my first year of owning the card. For the final data points for the first year of owning my version of the Chase Trifecta, I spent $36,610, which is completely insane to me. Looking at that number kind of shocks me as much as to how much money I actually spent. I mean, $12,000 of that was towards something that ultimately boosted my education and job status, but $36,000 is still a huge number for me. And I do believe that to a certain degree, whether or not credit card YouTubers tend to refute this fact, owning credit cards and using them do inadvertently cause you to spend more money. Because I can't really conceptualize the money that I'm spending on all of these metaphorically, because it's all metaphorically on credit. If you're someone who absolutely hates credit cards, I completely understand that. There's definitely a balance that you have to have in order to maintain within the credit card ecosystem to make sure that you're not overspending. Highly recommend having a budgeting app or just keeping track of the data yourself through a Google spreadsheet like I did throughout this video. Alright, so for total points gained, meaning the amount of points earned based off completing the welcome bonus offers and through spending and the referral links, I gained a total of 271,582 points. 190,000 of that was through completing welcome bonus offers, which is still and will always be the #1 way to earning credit card points ever. For total referral points that I was graciously given through Chase's referral program from people like yourself watching this video right now, I earned 215,000 points. And in total, I earned collectively 486,582 points, which I have definitely been decently frugal at in terms of redeeming those points through Chase's transfer partners. And another interesting data point I discovered while creating these spreadsheets and this video is that in general, I generally use my Chase Freedom Flex the most. While for my CSP and CIU, I generally only use them to get the welcome bonus offer and then afterwards really pass $1,000 worth of spending in total. I mean, look at the Chase Sapphire Preferred, tiny compared to the other cards. And when comparing it to my other dining credit cards, the Capital One Saver One, I generally prefer using the Chase Freedom Flex instead. And while I admit that I'm not someone who is getting the competitive 2 cent per point valuation for Chase points or higher, when I do do a redemption, I do love the luxury of not having to overthink about going somewhere due to how expensive it actually is. Having points and being able to use them to book stays and flights without needing to second guess is definitely a huge luxury to have whenever I do decide to travel. Having two of the biggest expenses on a vacation regularly redeemed through points is definitely a huge headache I get to avoid due to the fact that I own credit cards. I've been able to have a place to stay in New York while helping my brother move, and being able to fly home back to North Carolina without having to really think about the cost. Instead, the money that I would have used to book accommodations and flights can now be used to pay for experiences while on vacation that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And I'm definitely appreciative of the credit card community and being able to play the credit card game. And with that, thank you for watching as always. Consider watching some of these other videos next. For those that are new to the channel, hi, my name is Eric. I generally talk about everything credit card related. The goal for this channel is to provide informational and meaningful financial related content that everyone everywhere can enjoy. So again, if you'd like to support that dream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that all being said, thank you for watching as always. Stay safe out there, everybody. Peace.